spooky story is Hallo-Weiner. But before we start our story, we have to practice our sign language. Today's spooky sign is Halloween costume. Ready? Cup your hands, cover your eyes. Halloween, and then take your thumbs and brush them against your shirt. Costume. Let's try it together. Halloween costume. You got it. Good try. Hallo-Weiner. We kind of match, don't we? Hallo-Weiner by Dav Pilkey. There once was a dog named Oscar who was half a dog tall and 1.5 dogs long. Look how long Oscar is. Have you ever seen a dog that looks like Oscar? They look like little hot dogs. Because of his unusual shape and size, all the other dogs made fun of him. Wiener dog, they called him. And Oscar did not like it one bit. Oscar's mother was no help either. Every morning when the dogs walked off to obedience school, Oscar's mother stood in the front yard waving and calling out, "Farewell, my little Vienna sausage." And the other dogs laughed and laughed. Most of the time, Oscar was upset by all of this, but not today. Today was Halloween, and Oscar was thinking about other things. All day long at obedience school, Oscar daydreamed about Halloween night, trick-or-treats, and scary costumes. What do you think Oscar's going to dress up as? When Oscar got home, he dashed upstairs to start working on his scary Halloween costume. But when he got to his room, a surprise was waiting for him. What do you think the surprise is? "Happy Halloween, my little sausage link," said Oscar's mother. "I've made you a costume to wear for trick-or-treats." What could it be? When Oscar saw the costume, he nearly fainted. Oh no. It was a giant hot dog bun, complete with mustard. And guess who was supposed to fit in the middle? Oscar did not want to hurt his mother's feelings, so he decided to wear the silly costume. But he really didn't want to. Now they're really going to pick on him. That night, all the dogs on the block gathered to show off their costumes. Everyone was looking quite scary. Then Oscar showed up, looking quite frank. When the dogs saw Oscar in his silly costume, they howled with laughter. "Look at Oscar," they cried. "He really is a wiener dog." Poor Oscar was so embarrassed. Wiener dog," laughed the other dogs as they ran off trick-or-treating. Oscar tried to keep up with the other dogs, but his silly costume was slowing him down. All night long, the other dogs hounded every treat they could get their paws on. So by the time Oscar got to each house, there wasn't any treats left. Soon, trick-or-treating was over, and the dogs walked home past a spooky graveyard. Suddenly, a horrible hissing sound came, and it filled the air. Sssss. The dogs stopped dead in their tracks. Then, out of the graveyard rose a ghastly monster. The dogs screamed for their lives. They dropped their treats and jumped in a nearby pond. The monster moved closer. "Please don't eat us," cried the dogs. The monster yowled and hissed. "Boo-hoo-hoo," cried the dogs. The monster jumped up and down. "Somebody save us," cried the dogs. Just then, somebody showed up. It was Oscar. Because Oscar was so short, he saw something that the other dogs had not seen. "That's no monster," said Oscar, and with a loud bark, Oscar waddled to the rescue. Oscar chumped and tugged with all his might. Rip! And there, standing in the moonlight, were a couple of cats. "Help!" cried the cats. "We're being attacked by a giant hot dog!" And they ran off screaming through the graveyard. The dogs in the pond had seen the whole thing, and now they were the ones that were embarrassed. "We've been chased into a pond by a couple of cats." But Oscar was a true friend. He leapt into the water and swam out to the other dogs. Oscar's silly costume made a wonderful life raft, and the dogs climbed up. "All aboard!" Oscar yelled, and he dog paddled back to the shore. So he saved everyone. When they got back to dry land, all the dogs shared their Halloween treats with Oscar. Because Oscar had been so brave, the dogs changed his name from Wiener Dog to Hero Sandwich. And from that night on, no one ever made fun of Oscar again. Happy Halloween! See you next time! Hello guys, I hope you enjoyed the story Hallo-Weiner. The best part of the story is Oscar's costume, of course. He is dressed as a giant wiener dog. So today's craft is us creating our own wiener dog. Inside your bag, you will find Oscar and his costume. For this craft, you will also need some crayons. Specifically, you will need 2 kinds of brown, 1 tan, and this other one I used is called mahogany, but you can use any kind of brown that you have at home. You will also need a yellow crayon for the mustard, a pinkish red crayon for the hot dog or any crayon that you have, and a red crayon for Oscar's collar. You will also need some glue and a pair of scissors. This craft is super duper easy, and I hope you enjoy it. All you have to do is color Oscar, cut out his costume, and glue everything together. First, I'm going to color Oscar's collar, which is a red color. Then I'm going to color Oscar's bun, which is tan. And you can take your time coloring. You can also use any color you want. Here I have Oscar's bun, and now I'm going to color the mustard for the hot dog. Do you like mustard on your hot dogs? And then I'm going to take the lighter red crayon, and I'm going to color in the bun so that it looks like there's a hot dog in there. And if you don't have a pinkish red crayon, you can always use the red. There we go. That's all colored in. And now I'm going to take my mahogany or darker brown crayon, and I'm going to color Oscar. If you don't have mahogany, any color brown will do. Don't forget his tail. And his arms and legs. The next part is to cut out all your pieces. You take your time cutting, or ask a grown-up for help. Here we go. I have Oscar's head all cut out. Now I'm cutting out the hot dog. Would you wear a hot dog costume for Halloween? I think I would. So now we have Oscar's head and his hot dog. Of course, we need Oscar's tail. And his paws. One more. Here we go. His hot dog, tail, 2 paws, and a head. The next part is, of course, to glue. Take your glue stick and you're going to stick Oscar's paws right in those holes. And next, you're going to glue Oscar's head. It's going to go right in front of this hot dog bun. And lastly, you're going to glue his tail to the back of the hot dog bun. When you're all done, Oscar should look like this. I hope you had fun doing this craft. See you next time.